60. I reached my hand up. I guess I kind of. You said it was 6 to 8 feet. Yeah.
It's
Somebody
about,
grab me.
it's probably 8 foot deep, about 5 foot wide. Something definitely once stood here. You have no clue what it was, but
Draven, Rigby.
there's a covered
Trust me,
well
you damn
a little
fool.
bit to
Somebody.
the north.
I'll give you a hand and help you up.
There's some empty wooden carts, a couple of empty tethering posts, a couple of racks of skins of leather where they were basically tanning the leathers.
That damn Krusk, Rigby. I don't think his vocabulary is too wide. He doesn't even know what the word hold means. I assume hold and push is all the same category of words for him. All right.
To an orc. It all means violence to an orc, right?
Exactly.
So there's a couple signs that you see that
Okay.
kind of, there's the Nightstone Inn you can see to the north.
This big building that had the big boulder in the top of it. Okay.
This is the Nightstone Inn.
Oh, up here. All right. That's
Yep.
north. All right.
And to the south, now have the V8 moment. Oh, that's right. That's where I seen that symbol before. Because you see the Lion Shield Coaster trading post. And this is just one of many Lion Shield coasters. There's also one in Fandelver. There's also one, and there's several in Waterdeep, and one in Daggerford and whatnot. And just they kind of trickle all the way up and down the Sword Coast.
What a dunce I've been. I forgot all about our friendly chain store here. What was it called again?
It's the Walmart. It's the Lion Shield
it's
Coaster.
the Target Walmart of the Sword Coast.
You can say whatever you want. You can say Lion Shield Coaster, or you can say Lion Shield Coster, because it's Coster. I would
All right,
imagine
Lion
it's
Shield
probably
Coster.
Coster.
Yeah.
But,
All right, yeah. Ye old
you know how
friendly
the
Lion
Nazis
Shield
love to come out and chat and stuff. Dave, I think the proper pronunciation for that is Coaster.
These things are important.
As I'm flipping through my Farmer's Almanac here, Dave, back in 1777, the word's pronunciation was changed. Thank you. Thank you.
There may be something in this trading post worth salvaging. Something to aid our escapades in crossing the river or whatever up here. Maybe some pulleys and some sort of things like that.
You want to check out this trading post first, or the
Indeed,
inn
I
first?
do. I just said as much, friend.
All right. Let's head down to the building over here.
All right.
Sorry,
I kind of
which one's
skirt
the
the
trading
whole,
post?
looking over my shoulder at Krusk the whole time.
Yeah, and there's the farmstead over on the left-hand side across the street from the Lion Shield Coster. Man, that thing, a giant rock destroyed the whole back room of this residence.
It looks like it made a big hole in the fence. Maybe the
Yeah,
goats
there's
or sheep or
stuff
whatever it was
thrown,
in there got
thrown
out.
everywhere. And this is where both of those goblins came out and started
Yeah, they
shooting
came
at
out of
you,
this
Krusk,
place
so-
here too, right?
Yeah, no, they came out of this
The
building
farmhouse.
here. Yeah, this
Oh,
house
okay.
here, yeah,
All right.
that I highlighted.
I thought I did see one come out of the Costa, so whatever, but I guess not.
All right, guys. Let me poke my head inside here and see if anything's in there, and I'll wave you in if it's clear.
All right, Rigby. Be careful, friend.
I'm gonna try I assume I'm gonna try the door.
Door's open. Yep,
Okay.
door's actually kind of propped open a little bit, yeah.
I'm gonna creep in silently and take a look around.
Sure, yeah, you look at the sign, as you're going through, there's a sign kind of
Ding, ding, ding.
kind of, squeaking and swinging back and forth, and it's a like a circular blue shield with a golden lion that's stylized on the shield. And basically you guys know that as your V8 moment, the Lion Shield Coster, the trading company. So
I have a ton of those bags at home that we use for trash bags, with the lion shield on the side of them. And stuff.
yeah, you push it in. It's quiet within, and you can see the store itself is a 20 square foot store, and it's there's also like a side room as well.
All right, I scan the room. Do I see any movement or anything?
No. No movement. You see lots of equipment, lots of rope. Pretty much anything in the player's handbook equipment section you can see here.
Okay.
And you can tell that this place has been you can tell that this place has been rummaged through. That's for sure.
Come on in, guys. It's clear.
You know, there's most of the stuff has already been pulled off the shelves.
Well, if everybody's going to go in, I'm going
broke.
to stay outside so that Gabi will know where we are when she comes back.
Yeah, there was
That's
a beautiful display, like a wooden display of potions that was just literally just smashed to smithereens.
Oh wow!
Lots of broken bottles, you know, broken lamps, anything that was glass, pretty much broken. There's a couple things, but you know, like if you wanted a couple vials, you could. There's a couple vials, but you know, chances are, you know, this is a Lion Shield Coster's property. So
Indeed.
There's a couple of spice jars that are still, you know, still good, but nonetheless,
I'm sure they
most of the
factor
glass
in
stuff is
theft in
broke.
their insurance and all.
Oh, I'm sure they do. But many of the items are intact. They're just, you know, strewn everywhere, thrown off of the shelves.
Well, this place is a mess, Rigby.
Indeed, it is. Well, maybe we should
Anything
look around
useful
for
in
some.
here? Catch your
It's a
eye?
mess, and I didn't do it.
Let's look around for some bridge building
For
materials.
once, Russ,
If we decide to do that.
There's a whole barrel of 10-foot poles. You can just tie those together and make a raft out of them. No,
There
I'm
he
just
is,
kidding.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Sale,
just
they're
kidding.
having a sale on 10-foot poles.
Yeah.
Just to
Well, I would
get
think
them
you
at the
find a
door
raft
there.
in there when this one has a patch on his rope.
Huh. I do have a patch. For what for? A 10-foot pole? That's for dire emergencies, woman.
Well, I'm not even
You're,
speaking
you're
out of
flitter-flattering
character
about
of
the castle now.
raft.
Stop talking.
Yeah, you're flitter-flattering around. You're around the castle. You're flying around, doing reconnaissance. Hush.
I want to try to find some nails.
Oh god, that shovel is gonna definitely get some use.
Yeah, you find some nails. You find nails. You
Okay.
find a hammer. You know, stuff like
Okay.
that.
I'm gonna take them with
Pythons.
us.
Mm.
Sure.
Alright.
you need wood? I can get a tree down.
I don't see any trees around here.
No, but
Me
there's
either.
you know a couple fences around. You know, you can see that there's a couple of these fences and bits of wood from a couple of these fences
Yeah.
being shattered by the boulders that were.
I say we take what we can
Launched
get as
onto
far as
the
tools from here, Rigby,
town
and
of
get the
Nightstone.
poles off of this fence, and I can make it some sort of makeshift bridge.
Yeah, let's try to grab some wood off of the fences here. Do we want to do that now, or do we want to wait till we've scouted
Crust
this
can
town out?
carry them. I mean, we can do it now.
There's
I
a
would
bunch of
say-
empty buildings. A bunch of
I would
buildings
say
around here. So.
look at the buildings first before we are going to build.
Okay, very well, Crust.
I'm gonna stash the nails and hammer away for now. Then.
All right.
Or maybe
Go
one
ahead.
can begin and the rest can still investigate the town. But like, I want to be sure that nothing is going to attack me in the neck.
Yeah, let's start checking out buildings then, Crust. Look at that little red house over there. That's where your little goblin friends come from, or so I've heard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
let's
like
check-
like a farmstead.
Let's check that one out next year.
All right, so as you guys move over to the
Okay.
farmstead, Gabi, you eventually flutter your little wings all the way over to the castle. And the castle is sitting up on like a built embankment of about 20, 30 feet high. So obviously, of course, it sits higher than the rest of Nightstone. Now, as you're kind of fluttering around, you can see that there are a bunch of boulders that actually, this is where it looks like it was heavily concentrated, whatever kind of attack this was. And there's literally almost a dozen boulders. Some have already, one actually collapsed two parts of the castle, the southeastern corner, that palisade, pretty much gone. You can see a couple bodies strewn throughout the rubble as well. The northwest corner, that's also destroyed. And there's a guardhouse. Well, it looks like to be maybe a guardhouse that is sort of like an entry point. It also has part of the roof collapsed. But you can see on the top of, as you're kind of flying around, you can see that there are numerous guards walking around the courtyard and also on top of the castle. and they're kind of like scratching their heads and just surveying all of the damage, and looks like they're starting to clean up a little bit.
Human or elf? Because I know this was mostly
humans. Yep, humans. From what you can see, several of them have helmets on, but as you kind of fly around, you can tell that they're definitely probably humans.
And I was also looking to see if there was other entryways to the keep from other than the broken bridge.
The broken bridge has about a 10-foot, 20-foot gap, but there are posts still there, so you might be able to kind of lay something, across the bridge maybe, but it's about a 20-foot gap.
And no other ways other than that?
Possibly you could scale. Maybe you could, swim around the moat, maybe swim through the moat, bearing that hopefully there's nothing in there that will get you. But yeah, it looks like you could probably scale up. You'd probably need some kind of you'd have to be proficient in climbing probably, but yeah.
So pretty much for this group as a whole, covering the bridge and going that way is the best option. Got it.
Yeah, no, the moat, like I was saying, the moat's like 15 feet deep anyway. And then there's the palisade is also 15 foot high. There's made of wood, but it also has like a mortar in between all of but the wall around the keep on the island, that's actually all stone, and it's about 15 foot high. And then there's the castle that's actually on solid land, so it's actually a pretty formidable position. It's really nicely done, but whatever attacked them hit them pretty hard.
Yeah, we have a half orc with us, so I doubt that he's going to be good with the swimming and the climbing. So yeah, once I check everything out over there, I'm going to fly back around, see where everyone is, and land in the grass, become elven again.
Okay. Yeah, so as you're kind of flying back around towards the middle of Nightstone, you can see all of the gentlemen going into one of these farmsteads. It looks like they were, leaving another building. Hey, what's up, Mike? Thanks so much, man, for making these maps. I appreciate it. Yeah, put your link in there, man, to your DVM.
So I'm going into that farm.
Yeah, I'm behind Krusk. Is Krusk going in first?
Whoever is.
Yeah.
I'll step in silently and check it out and wave you guys in if it's clear.
I was thinking of just going into where the boulder was.
Well, yeah, if the hole is that big, then you can just walk right in there.
Yeah, so you walk in. It smells like there's a lot of spoiled food, and you can, as you move inside, you can see that it's actually a really, really small home. There's a couple of boulders in their crops, and they're growing all kinds of different vegetables and fruits and whatnot. And inside of their kitchen, it looks like the goblins kind of made a mess of everything as they ate everything, and threw everything else on the floor, and looks like they took all kinds of tea leaves and all kinds of like coffee beans and whatnot, and all these other paste and tarts, and kind of mixed it up on the floor and just kind of drew all these little goblin faces with pointed ears, and it was just crazy.
Goblins at a feast here, guys.
Guys, you can come on in, but there's not much here to see.
I can smell it from here. No, thank you. Our fluffy feathered friend has arrived. What saw you there, Gabi?
Well, it looks like the big building was hit the hardest with those big rocks. There's a few posts that, if we want to knock down, could be used to cover the whole of the bridge to make it easier for us to get through.
Oh,
And it
okay.
looks like there's guards in a lot of metal outerwear, just fluttering
Oh, so
about.
you saw people there? Okay.
They looked human, but I couldn't get close enough to tell when they have things on their heads.
I see. I see.
Okay.
Your little bird brain probably couldn't process it anyway.
God.
It's a little
Wow.
apology as well.
All right, so
You're gonna
Yeah.
eat a hat still.
I'm not hungry right now, Krusk. I've already told you this time and time again. I'll eat my hat when I damned well feel like it.
Oh
An
no!
apology
Next
was
to us,
suffice.
you're eating. Or I will
Apology, all right,
feed
I
it to you.
apologize. You can turn into a bird. All right. Whoopee for you. You're no demon lord by any stretch of the imagination. I will tell you that.
Well, gee, thank you for your sincerity.
That was a neat trick there, Gabby.
Indeed, it was.
Thanks.
What else can you turn into, woman?
Small
Snake?
animals.
A bunny rabbit, maybe?
Yes.
A gerbil?
Can
If I knew
can
what a
you
gerbil was.
can
If
you
you don't
turn
have
Nix
the
in
eye for
an
it.
ant? Then I can squash him.
Oh gosh.
I do not.
Krusk, your jokes are as funny as always, man. Alright, so there's nothing in here but a bunch of foul-smelling goblin rubbish. Let's scour the rest of the town.
Want to go check that inn? Since it's a pretty large building, there might be
I am
something there.
bursting with excitement to check the inn. Indeed, Rigby. Whoa, slow down! Rigby's like going 100 miles an hour. All right. Rigby, all right. The inn is not moving. We
Come
will
on,
catch
guys,
it fast.
wait up. Is the inn door open?
The inn door is open.
I'm gonna
Otherwise, I would have opened it.
And then
Well,
there's a,
Yeah,
there's a huge hole in the back wall here, I know.
yeah. I guess you could call it open then.
another squeaking sign, an ornate wrought iron sign is bearing the name of the Nightstone Inn, and it's hanging above the entrance. It's facing the town square.
I'll creep in silently and have a look around.
This
Sure, I don't
fellow
see
is,
any
is
goblins.
good at his
Sure.
skulking. No wonder he was such a prodigious thief of
He
ladies'
is.
undergarments. He didn't get the nickname the bathhouse burglar for nothing, I see.
All right, Rigby. So
Well
you
earned.
enter. Yeah, you enter the Nightstone Inn, and it looks like this is a dining room, and it's just strewn with wreckage. You can see that a giant rocks punch through this room of the roof, and it's destroyed a couple of the dining tables, a bunch of chairs. So there's bits of wood all over the place. Also, you can see that the remains of a bed and a wardrobe, one of those wardrobe chests, lie among all the shattered stuff, probably from the upper deck there. And then you can also see many other different, personal items just thrown everywhere. There's also two smaller round tables that are intact, and they're on each table. It looks like there is settings for silverware and whatnot, and cups and dishes, and a couple of unlit oil lamps.
Okay.
And then there's also a dead goblin in here as well. As you're kind of looking around, sort of like under one of the tables, and this dead goblin has a crossbow bolt that is sticking directly, probably something hit it with precision, a precision strike right in the heart.
Nice. I'm gonna creep up to here, listen for any sounds up the stairs, and listen at the door over here.
Okay, that door is closed, and you do not hear anything on the stairs. as you're looking. What is everybody else doing, by the way, too?
As soon as he's creeped in there good, I'm going to, advance towards it as well.
Oh yeah, once he's actually off in there,
I'm
may as well
going
go
in
in also.
Don't want him to get jumped by a bunch of goblins.
Now that Gabi has rejoined us, she won't be one flying around going, "Where did everybody go?"
What about Gabi? Is she going in also?
Yes, but dead last.
Right behind me, then. Okay.
Okay, there are your tokens. So the door's shut. It's a solid door, so you can't. There's no little holes or peepholes or anything like that.
That's what
the stairs, the entrance to the stairs over here. You listen for a little bit as everybody's, piling into the place. Shit everywhere. Broken tables. A couple of intact tables.
What a disaster this place is.
Dead goblin.
Does
Arrow
this look
dead
like
center
this
in the
was?
chest.
Does this look like this was done by the boulders or after the boulders were struck in here?
What do you mean? A little
Like-
mix of probably a
Like,
little
did the
mixture of
goblins
both.
did the goblins destroy this place afterwards, or did it look like it's just primarily?
because you can see other shelves with dishes and cups and whatnot that are basically, you can see all the dishes on the floor in front of the shelving and all the cups and whatnot. So yeah, it's a mixture of both. And plus that room that's on the top is now in here as well. The broken bed and chest full of the closed chest, all that stuff just thrown everywhere.
Alright,
I
guys.
say to Rigby, you want that door open?
Hold on. Why don't you guys search this room? I'm gonna listen at this door real quick, see if there's anything behind it. I whisper. I'm gonna put my ear to the door and listen.
Stinger Nick, thanks for the follow, Stinger Nick.
Which
Welcome.
door?
Welcome.
What, the stairs? Are you talking about?
Right,
Okay.
right up
That
there.
one there, that one there. Now, it looks like a bunch of rubbish over here, Rigby.
Nothing. You hear nothing listening at the door.
Okay. Is it open?
It's locked.
Or locked? Alright, guys. Stand back. Let me open this thing.
Whoa, okay, alright. I'm expecting some sort of explosion or something.
You see me pull out a big wad of cloth and unroll it and pull out some weird looking tools. I select 2 of them and start inserting them into the lock.
Well, nerd alert, I love it. I love it!
Yeah, and I'm
I
gonna try
can do it quicker.
I'm gonna try
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna try to pick the lock on the door, dude.
Sure, alright. So as you start to pick the lock, Rigby, you notice that it's already unlocked. You already notice that it's unlocked, and then you kind of push on the door, and there's just a bunch of rubble that's keeping this door shut.
Oh, okay. I pretend like I opened it.
Nice.
Nice save.
I love it.
Good save right there.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
Does it open
In fact,
enough to
I'm
peek
gonna
in?
give you inspiration for that. You
Oh.
got 2 inspiration now.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, that was good. You played that one off nice, good sir.
Is there enough?
And like I was saying, guys, use your inspiration because you can. I'm letting you guys. I'm house ruling.
Right.
You can have 3, so
Yeah, so use
I'm
it
just.
when you need it.
I'm throwing a disclaimer out there to all of the official rule Nazis out there that I am incorporating a house rule to where I am allowing my players to have 3 inspirations max.
Oh my god.
Just in case you start throwing YouTube comments, oh, this dungeon master doesn't know the rules for 5e. You can only have 1 inspiration. Oh, this is breaking the mechanics of the game. How dare him? Oh, believe me, I've heard it all.
Well, considering
I've heard it
most
all.
people never remembers to use it, I don't think it's breaking anything.
Most people that quote rules don't know the rules anyway, so it's just kind of funny when you kind of have to correct their correction. So, all right, so
Passed out
and
during
also,
Victor Live last year.
you guys also can use your inspiration. You don't have to just use it the way the book says. I mean, if you have like an oh shit moment, you roll a 1. I'll let you, if you can woo me enough, I'll let you use an inspiration to re-roll. I'll let you do that kind of stuff.
All right, I put on some Barry White just for this occasion. If I need to woo Dave,
I wouldn't even charge you. I'd just let you re-roll anyway for some Barry White. I mean, God. As long as it came with a glass of wine as well.
all right. Exactly.
Ernest and Julio Gallo from the box.
Oh yeah, we gotta have a box. Exactly.
We have to have the box of wine so we can kind of just pass it between each other and don't dirty a cup and just kind of just pour it in our mouths. Yeah, there you go.
What is that master thief found in that?
Alright, this door is jammed, guys. I don't think we're going to get through this way. Why don't we search
But you
the
can,
chest?
you can push it. It's just got rubble behind it, But
Okay.
you
You
give
want
it a
me to
good
push it?
I give Crust the wave and say, all yours, pal.
I love it.
Eh?
You get the old rhino charge there, Krusk?
Yep.
Give me a strength check, Krusk. And if you have athletics, I'll even let you add that in as well. Please roll a 1.
No, I have acrobatics, no athletics.
All right, that's even better yet for the Dungeon Master. Give me the old strength check.
As they say, this gonna be good.
And I'm hoping you roll a 1, Krusk. You know I am. Ah, nice roll. You smash through the door. It actually comes off of the hinges. The door was quite weakened anyway. And as you go through the door,
a little bit, but I can.
you
get
do
back
more
on my
than
feet.
stumble. No, you don't get on your feet. I'm glad you tried to do that though. But no, you actually come to a sliding halt in front of a big boulder that's also lodged into the stone floor in the side. So you get to about right here, and you just come to a sliding stop. But you do, dust yourself off, and it was a beautiful sight, though. I mean,
That was
pieces of boulder and pots and pans and everything just go flying everywhere, and you can just imagine the loud noise that it makes. And you found the
Remind me
kitchen,
not to lock any doors
Krusk.
in my house around.
I move up to look and peek in the door to make sure
I
you
found
didn't
what?
fall.
That poor door.
I found what, Dave?
You found a kitchen,
Oh, shit.
and there's all kinds of utensils on the ground, pots, pans, and there is another dead goblin in the kitchen, and this dead goblin is dead, of course. It looks dead anyway. It's got the X's on his eyes and all that stuff. But this goblin actually has one of the pots on his head,
Oh my God.
sort of like a hat. And then beside this goblin, there is a huge sack. I mean, this sack just looks like Santa Claus sack, and it's just
Santa Claus sack,
bulging. Yeah.
I'm like, before I get to the sack, I take my hand and knock on the panel on the set. Anybody home?
Yeah, you bang on it a couple
Anybody
times.
home?
Bang, bang, bang. No, he is definitely dead. And you notice that there is an arrow sticking dead center out of his chest.
Whoa.
Now, everything on the eastern side of this kitchen and pantry is pretty much in great shape. All of the, everything is still on the shelves. A couple of the storage pantries are still shut, and you can see that all of the spices and the other ingredients and the boxes of flour are all still nice and neat and arranged in these shelves.
I'm taking a look in the bag.
Okay,
If I can
inside of the bag,
find something.
yeah, inside of the bag, there's and this is probably what the goblin was trying to steal, because his hand was kind of like propped up on the bag with his hand kind of clenched around the top of it. So as you pry the rigor mortis enlaced hand, well, I guess how would you say that? I guess his hand that was just taken over by rigor mortis, something like that. Anyway, you peel his hand off of the bag and you open it up, and there's a bunch of like muffins in there. There's about 4 or 5 blocks and wheels of cheese. There's a pretty ripe smelling cooked chicken. That looks good to you though, Krusk. There's a couple of frying pans full of like chowders and whatnot, a couple of